Because I just want you to know that there are some information you need to know. I don't want you to think you know everything. I am not here to prove anything to you. Do you understand that? I've explained that many times that I am not here, right, to prove anything, right or wrong. If you are smart enough, there's nothing I talk about on Maiyegun's diary Politico that any of you don't know. What I just do differently is that I go deeper and I bring you along so that whatever you think you know, maybe if you actually have to know more or deeper, you probably will, kind of make a different decision based on what you know presently. So wait till you're going to talk where you don't know. What is it that I talk about that you don't know? So don't get my number and come to me and start talking about shit, about nonsense, about things that, you know what I mean? I've been looking for your number. I've been trying to call you. Call me for what? What do you want to tell me? So tell me about my program, what I did last night. You want to explain to me about this, about that. Keep that to a moment like this, okay? Whatever you want to tell me, whatever you want to disagree with me, whatever you feel like I've been wrong about and all of that, the moments like this is the time you can just click that link. You'll click that link, you'll bring your face up, and you will face me here. It is called the People's Parliament. There's no point in you trying to, I don't even know how to, I don't reply messages. I barely take calls. So if I manage to respond to your own message, don't come and talk to me about your criminal rogues or anything else that is contrary to whatever I say on my program here. Just keep that for a moment like this. It's always better this way. If you are bold enough, come to the parliament. Open the link. Abi, don't just comment. Open the link. Join us. Come and tell us what we don't know. And we'll listen to you. That's one thing. We will listen to you. So I have those who have already put on their own cameras. So I'm going to bring them on. If you're already on the queue right now, and
so I have those who have already put on their own cameras.
So I am not going to bring you on. I've got two people who have done what I said we should do. If we are, you know what I mean. And I have two people here already. So let me get their names on. I'm going to add others. And like I said, I have managed to pin the studio link. Okay. So which means you can, one moment, there's something I need to bring up, which is a moment. Let's have that. Grant. So I have Adiola, I have the prince, the priest of peace. So I'm just going to start the conversation. And like we do on the People's Parliament, yeah? What you have to do is that you can pick up anything you want to talk about, okay? And you would have about 5 minutes. You may have an extension, depends on what you're talking about. But the moment I raise my hand like that, yeah, that is me trying to tell you that you should be rounding it up. And within 30 seconds or a minute, and I'm going to say something to stop you in case if you don't get me. Pay attention to this. That's how we run it, okay? I am going to start with Adeola, sir. And then the priest of peace. You are going to go next. So as we welcome more parliamentarians, I would, I'll have them and share the slot as well. So I'll start with Adeola. So how are you, sir?
Baba, I'm okay. I'm fine. I'm well. I'm well.
Class. So you used to be the parliamentarian that always kind of close the show, but today you are opening it.
Yes, so, I have to open it today. It's pretty much the same thing we've been saying. Just want to hail you, say, Baba, you are doing a fantastic job. Keep doing what you're doing. No one can gag you. And if they try to gag you, they'll dissolve eventually. So last week's issues is just a different level of low that we've reached, and I was just broken, coming up to the news of that girl being killed just like that, just burned to death, stoned to death, then burned to death. Is unimaginable, and is a proof that it's not working, and even if you want to have an Igbo extraction, an Igbo president, to what end? To a country that doesn't have a working or a functional constitution. So what are they going to work on? At some point, people's eyes abroad will be open, and people's eyes at home will really be open. Do you know what? This way cannot work. The best thing we can do is to have a roundtable discussion on how we're going to split it. Imagine how many lawyers, showing up for murderers.
That's right.
Are they meant to? The girl's death, is it meant to instill more fear into us so we will not talk? Many news outlets have been quite mute, radio silence. Even some are probably talking afterwards. It shows that this press is not free. So we have all the evidence, Maiyegun. We have all the evidence. It's not working. It is not working, and it will not work, because saying that the Igbo people, they're a tribe, is an insult to them. They're a nation. They are in millions. The same thing, likewise, the Yorubas and to other groups as well too. No group is too small to have some form of autonomy. We keep on saying it, no group, no nation in that whole arrangement is too small to have their voice or their own autonomy. If you deny them that, you're denying them life. It's because if you can't express yourself, then why are you living? Why are you living? Might as well be good as dead. So if you're telling me, oh, Peter Obi, to what? What will Peter Obi work on? On that fourth line of a broken constitution that no country can have prosperity on?
Where they are now telling us about the religious red line too, which can get you killed. It doesn't matter.
Exactly, because killing someone is to instill fear. That is the outcome of killing someone in broad daylight. Whether you are showing your face, your mask, you have the effrontery to come up and do evil, is to instill fear. It's part of the tricks they are using to instill fear. Why are you killing people? Why are you killing them? If you have a reason, and that's your reason, you want to instill fear that we are superior, our religion is superior. You can't say jack. Whatever you say, even rumors, people have died, Maiyegun, not just Deborah. People have died. Eunice, and even people that were by whispers, unfounded truths. So if people can die before Deborah on cases that are not established, then what's the whole stuff about? What's this stuff about? I was broken. That, you know what? That could have been anybody's child. That could have been your sister. That could have been your colleague. It can be anybody. And if that person, can be maimed, killed, stoned, and not even burnt, whereby there was reports that they could not even retrieve her body. They had to pay a hefty sum. Nobody wanted to transport her. The father had to pay was it 150K?
Yeah.
To move her body.
To get her body.
It is just damn right evil to keep that place called Nigeria. Dissolve it. Let's have, it doesn't have to be brutal. There's no bloodshed. But it's not working. But we have already seen the light. There's a time lag. Nigerians that live in Nigeria, there's a time lag. They haven't seen the light yet. So maybe at some point, maybe it's poverty or increased social disharmony or decreased prosperity that's going to remove the veil, because the veil at some point will be removed. You cannot sustain such system. You can't keep on telling people lies. You can't keep on promising us water, whatever. At some point, it comes to grinding halt
as well.
So at some point, it comes to grinding halt. See people buying forms, people buying forms in absentia, saying, no, APC and PDP, they could move. They're the same party. Let's forget, say we get APC and PDP. They move. They're very fluid. You don't even know where they are. You don't even know where APC is. Baba, tomorrow you're APC, tomorrow you're PDP. We don't even know where you are. We don't even know where you are. It's confusing. It is confusing.
So, Adeola, thank you very much, sir. Again, I am going to go to the priest of peace. You've made your peace tonight, and we appreciate that, sir. You have a good one. Yeah? Thank you very much. So I'm going to go to Prince of Peace. How are you, sir? Hang on. Where are you? Okay, hang on. Let me see if I can unmute you first. Okay. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Now I can hear you too, please. How are you?
Yeah, I'm all right. Thank God. No complaints around here, but unfortunately, we have been hearing a lot of complaints back home. You see, it's unfortunate that when we see this kind of things going on, if you begin to wonder if there are sensible people, if there are responsible human beings that are in the corridors of power in Nigeria. And when you look at them, you discover there is none. No, not one, not single one of them. Because if these people have our interest, Nigeria would have been one among the equals in the nation, in the Committee of Nations. It would have been. It is so sad. It is so sad that religion has done a lot of damage. Even myself, I am a priest, but it is unfortunate. It's unfortunate that religion. See, let me tell you something, people.
Yes.
The government, the politicians, they will insult our sensibilities in Nigeria. They will even shift people to kill for their own purpose. And now what the religion authorities will do is to come and tell us that God will protect us. It is not true. It's not like that. It is not like that. Until we come to that point that it is not like that, then we will begin to be like 50% closer to our freedom. That is true. 50% closer to our freedom. It is unthinkable that Wahhabism and Takia will be used on us. For how long? For how long? For how long? How long will this last? It's annoying that our people back home it looks like they don't even understand what is going on. When I talk with some people back home, they will be like, it's Nigeria now, what can we do? All of them want to run away from Nigeria. All of them, a lot of, like 90% of people that I talk with back home, they want to leave Nigeria. So you leave Nigeria to who? Where they here, we won't go back. Because here is still not easy for us. Here is not our home. We want a place where we can take responsibility of our political life, economic life, and survive. We have to fight this fight. I tell somebody, say, look, our children will not be able to fight this fight if we lose it. Look at it now. It's the Indomie generation. They cannot fight this fight, though. If we are not able to bridge this gap now, we have lost it completely. But I pray always, like, look, all the ethnic nationalities, it is time to rise up. When people say, let's pray for Nigeria, I will switch off. I will switch everything that is in me. I cannot pray. Who is Nigeria? Who is a Nigeria? What is Nigeria? This one, we are all seeing, and they are justifying it. No, my brother, it is not. It is not human. It is not human at all. And it is time for us to say, enough is enough. Enough is enough. All this kindness, all this blood sharing, it is rising up. And when it rises up, when it is time for the chain reaction to begin to happen, none of them will have no place to hide. Even those Wahhabism, those their imams and everything, they will have no place to hide. But all we are saying, let every ethnic nationality come to the table of brotherhood and say, how do we want to live in this country?
God bless you.
They are talking about Peter Obi. Good, nice man. He did good in Anambra. Anambra is not Nigeria, in quote. If nobody can make it work in Nigeria, as far as that entity, that thing that say that bind us together, that constitution, as far as it is still workable, it is.
As long as
he will fail. He will fail 101%. So the only purpose, sorry, my brother, let me round up. The only way is to sit down at the table of brotherhood. And that is one thing you are doing that I like. You are sensitizing your people. Nnamdi Kanu has sensitized the Igbos. Unfortunately, the only person that has talked about sensitizing the middle belt, they killed him. I said something on your platform last time.
Yeah.
I was talking with him. In fact, I was almost meeting him while I was back home. And 2 days after the man died. Obadiah, my Lafia. He was planning something. He was planning for a huge middle belt seat, that is shutting down of middle belt for 1 week. All the Christians in middle belt, because they have suffered too much. It is time for every ethnic nationality to do what? To come together at the table of brotherhood and say, how do we want to live together if we really want to live as Nigerians?
There should be some terms and conditions. There should be some respect that we can cross. Just like these people are telling us that there is a religion red line that we can't cross. So what about us? What about others who are still there and they want to come to the country? It doesn't work that way.
It doesn't work that way. It does not work that way. So thank you so much for your time. We will keep praying for all ethnicities. That is my point of prayer. All of them should open their mind. That God will open their mind to have the courage to say enough, enough, and stop listening to these politicians. They are all, I don't want to call them names, but they have failed us. Thank you so much, and God bless.
Good one, sir. Yeah, keep watching. So now we have to share our slots again, because the first two were those, I managed to share slots with. So now I'm going to do it this way. Sir Anthony, Unwa Mara, you are going to go first, and then I'm going to go to Jude. After Jude, I'm going to go to Educator Freak. My man. Then after that, I'm going to go to Davis Ogbodu, sir. So you see how we share it, yeah? The moment our Educator Africa is talking, you know you are next. And to you, sir, Educator Africa, as usual, the moment Sir Jude is talking, you know you are next afterward. And then just as I go back to Sir Anthony, sir, over to you. I will mute you. Oh, you've done that already. Go for it, sir.
Good afternoon from here in the US. My name is... Good afternoon, sir. First and foremost, when I saw General, taking people in, and I've been desiring to very, very much. You blush, even if you blush, there's no problem. But anything is one problem we have as Black people in the Shoji, we are evil. We'll find it difficult to appreciate our own. And sometimes when we do it hypocritically. When you are doing it, you're not doing it sincerely to jingle that. You do it with a ploy to look for how to get to that person, get your own. That's exactly what is killing Nigeria today. Back to what's
like selfishness. Go on, sir.
Huh?
I said pretty much like about selfishness. Go on, sir.
Yes, if not me. And that is why the nation can never move forward. Right now, my advice, or my counsel, I can't say advice, my counsel to the political elites is that instead of 2023, they should do a referendum for every to come together. Let's see how we can again discuss this Nigeria something on a round table. Anything outside this is null and void. It's unacceptable. However, you are doing a great job. Very, very beautiful job. Like you're doing, like someone else is doing. You're doing a great job. I take time to listen to you. Whenever I come back from work, sometimes I don't have time to come on. But this time around, I want to really applaud you. Do not be discouraged. There might be challenges. There might be challenges, especially on the monetary aspect. How people don't know how to handle money. That is one problem that a lot of people don't know how to do. You give them money to handle, they want to abuse it. They will be just like that. Some of them do in IPP. People contribute money, they chop it. Instead of using that money, like they cannot do during his own time. Some people are just chopping the money. Do not chop the money that our Yoruba brothers see, where they contribute, they give you for purpose, my brother. Make a talk for
very, very important.
Very, very important. Every kobo that people contribute is important, please. Stick to it. Don't be tempted. Don't allow people to skew you into waiting. This is our time. No, all those things don't profit.
Thank you.
The reason why overseas is better is that somebody want to sacrifice for another person to build on. Our own is we go in there, we want to chop and cover the road. Nobody goes up. And that's why we keep being at the bottom of the ladder. Back to that brings me to Deborah. Do you know that lady, I even had a video where another lady was beaten. That is a female hostel. That's a female hostel. Men now went into female hostel to drag these ladies out. There was another lady that was dragged out too from that same hostel. Now the issue is, if you talk of enlightenment, even the Islamic scholars, they can't even interpret their own Quran very well. They can't. Some of them are saying that blasphemy is not death is not a penalty for it. Then where did Nigerians get their own? I've watched so many Islamic scholars from foreign countries talk about that blasphemy does not warrant you taking the laws into your hand to stone somebody to death. Where did Nigerian Muslims get their own to go to carry a lady? I wept. I'm telling you, I'm so passionate. Sometimes when I see some of these things, it makes me cry. Stoning the girl, Yes?
Please go on. Yeah, go on, sir. We're having trouble with the connection, but we are managing it so far. Go on, sir.
Oh, on my own end, for my own end?
Yeah, somehow. It's kind of crackling and all that, but please go on. I can hear you loud and clear now.
So, when I saw that incident, now this is where it becomes so funny. This happened in a school, an institution. These are the people you call leaders of tomorrow.
That's right.
These are people who were looking up to become the Minister of Education. These are the people who are looking up to become Minister of Justice, Attorney General, or whatever you call them. These are the people who will become finance ministers in the same school where you are to get knowledge that will help you absorb, that will help you embrace other values of other people, the diversity of other people. It's an institution, but rather you decided on your own to take the laws into your hand, to go to somebody. There was no proof. The only challenge or issue you see in what the person said is that this forum is not meant for religious activity. This forum is meant to educate, to inform people, classmates. You don't use it for religious activities. That was all. You said it's blasphemy. And it's unfortunate that even our news media, the so-called channel, the so-called Arise, all these people, they don't take their time to get out facts. Probably, I don't know whether they're brown envelope journalists anyway. They don't take out their time to get to the details of all these things so that they disseminate good information. Nigeria is lacking in this area. Anything you see on Nigerian news media is deceit. Believe you me, it's deceit. I can concretely tell you that. They don't give accurate information. They give false narrative in everything. So, my brother, in a nutshell, let me give other people a chance.
Sure,
Keep
sir.
doing what you are doing. But before I round up, I want to encourage you, if it's possible for you to link up with Simon Ekpa, if it's possible, so that we can build a formidable front. Deborah's death is a slap. It's like a joke now. It's that started in Benue. Killing started in Benue. So it was a joke. This thing they did to Deborah, they will carry it up further down to the south, and nothing will happen. If nothing is done now, I rest my case. God bless you.
And thanks for that as well. Yeah, it's a pleasure having you tonight and afternoon over there. So I'm gonna go to our next parliamentarian, and that would be Sir Jude. Sir, is that up to, is that you? You can unmute if you can. I'll do. Okay, do it.
Okay, yeah. I did already.
How are you, sir?
Hello, my fellow brethren, Temple of Truth.
Hello, sir.
How are you?
We are very good. It's good to see you.
I know you can. I know Maiyegun can put a face to the name Jude now.
Finally, exactly.
Sorry, I've not been able to groom this morning. Anyway, actually, I don't even know where to start. My heart bleeds every time I see and hear what is going on in Nigeria. I don't even call it our country anymore. In Nigeria, it's very painful. It's so sad. Every day we see it's like the situation in Nigeria has come up to the level that every other tribe or nationality in that country, except these Fulanis and the politicians, have that sense of feeling totally conquered, that they can't do anything. Every day they keep slapping us. These people keep slapping us on our face, the Fulanis. The Hausa Fulani, the Fulanis, they keep slapping us on our face because their brothers and sisters, they are occupying all the positions in Nigeria, all the major positions in Nigeria. They feel we can't do nothing to them. And in fact, the painful aspect is the impunity with which they do all this. And they feel that nobody can talk to them, nobody can do them anything. And as a matter of fact, it is so. It is so. Let's call a spade a spade. The people they say they have arrested for killing this innocent girl, trust me now, nothing is going to happen to them. The so-called arrest they are telling us is just for the world to feel that, oh, they are doing something. Trust me, nothing is going to happen to them. Every day they keep slapping us on our face because of our own politicians who have refused to protect our interests. Who have refused to do anything but to only go there in Abuja, collect money, and protect their own self-interest. All these things have been going on and on. It's just that this one the killing of this girl should still serve as an eye-opener to the Westerners, to the Yorubas, the Igbos, and other ethnic nationalities. Otherwise, it's been going on. A few years ago, they closed all the border, right?
Yeah.
Except and opened the one in the north. Did anybody?
And the southern politician never even kick. They never did anything. It just passed, and that passed like that.
That is even the time I was even expecting governors in the south, the Yoruba governors, the Igbo governors, all the people that say they are protecting our interests, so to say, wait a minute, Mr. President, if you are closing all the borders, let all the borders in Nigeria be shut up. Why would you shut down the borders at Idiroko, the borders in the south, and then you throw open the borders in the north? And that is where all this, during that period, was when most of these,
terrorists,
mercenaries, we are coming in, trooping in.
Unchecked.
Trooping in unchecked. They tell us during the pandemic, no movement, but you see Dangote trailer carrying all these mercenaries all over, scattering them, taking them to the west.
God will bless your memories, Jude. Go on.
Carrying them all over. And I keep saying this, I say, Jesus, what is going on? Why have our politicians kept quiet? What has happened to them? Can't they see this evil that is coming up? These people have been scattered all over our forests, all over every cities, every villages. That was the time all these people are scattered. And they were also carrying arms along.
Yes.
And our politicians did not talk. Yeah? You go to the south, to the north, they will be destroyed. I don't drink beer. But then you go over there, our Igbo and Yoruba brothers and sisters and other ethnic nationalities that live in that side and doing business, and some that are selling beer, they'll be destroying their beer with impunity. But when they come to the south, the same south, the money they realize from VAT, from the selling of this beer, they will enjoy it. They'll take it to Abuja and they'll give them larger portion of it. And they'll be enjoying it. They won't say it's money from beer. We don't drink beer. Since we don't drink beer, we are not going to take this money. They won't tell you that.
It's haram. We don't want to touch it.
They are drawing, they say there's a religious red line that they are drawing. Why have we not refused our own? We can also draw our own religious red line.
God will help me bless you, Sir Jude.
We
I
can
wish,
draw our
you know,
own religious red line. When are we going to draw our own religious red line? One of our religious red line should be that no cattle should walk on the streets of the South, anywhere in the South. Okay?
So, you know, one of the things people say, sir, you know, one of the things people say, they said, if it is right for them,
why would it be right
why is it
for us?
wrong for us? Why is it wrong for us?
And then, by the way, according to Chino Achebe, he said when a man comes into my house, I can't remember the exact quotation now, and defecates on the floor, what do? Do I leave him? No. He said, I will take a stick and break his head. He said, for that is what a man does. These people, these Fulanis are not even Nigerians. Let them go and read our history. These people they are not indigenous people of Nigeria. Now they came to Nigeria, they are conquered, they are putting all this shit in our eyes, in our mouths, and we are absorbing it because of our useless politicians that are fighting for their selfish interests. They don't want to protect, they don't want to, look for the general interest of the people that have sent them there. In fact, those are even our major problem. Those are our major problem. Because it is the rat that is in the house that goes outside to tell the one outside that there is food in the house. Without our politicians, these idiots cannot be doing these things to us.
Or get away with them.
How can I be in my country and I'm the one bringing the resources on which the country is standing, and I'm feeling so conquered and enslaved?
Powerless.
I'm powerless. And people say it's okay. It's not okay. Our people should wake up. This thing should serve as an eye-opener. Article came out. So 1 minute, please. I'll soon run. Article came out and made a statement. People should listen to this. Made a statement because he found out that, his political destiny is at stake.
Yes.
Because of the statement, the counter statement that was made from people in the north, he went and retracted. Now that should be a good lesson to our people that all these politicians, none of them have the interests of Nigerians in their heart. Because if somebody like Atiku cannot stand on his words and condemn what is outrightly right and wrong, then how can such a person be entrusted with leadership of a country of over 200 million? Somebody who cannot stand on what he believes is right. Such a person is not fit to live, to be a leader. And it's not only him. Many of all these psychophants that are parading as leaders in Nigeria, all of them are like that. So whenever they make statement, trust me, that statement is not made to empathize with the bereaved or anything. They are making it for their political convenience.
Just for the photo op. Sir Jude,
that is it.
Thank you so much.
Anyway, thank you, my brother. Thank you, everybody.
You know what people told me? You know what people said? You know what people told me? They said, Maiyegun, we need to be having the People's Parliament at least once a week. And I said, that's true, but we can have more of Mr. Sir Jude. But again, sir, you are a star. Thank you.
Thank you, my brothers. Thank you. I appreciate your effort. God bless you.
Yes, sir. So I'm now going to go to Educator Freak. Then I'm going to go to Davis. Then our Lady Ma, I will come back to you. Yes, the first lot. Or would you guys love to be gentlemen? I don't like doing this, but maybe I do this all the time.
Let the ladies go first.
Let the lady go first. Just be gentlemen. I mean,
Let the ladies go first.
In fact, the lady has unmuted herself and ready to go even before we got the permission. So, guys have nodded yes, ma. How are you, ma? Sorry, I will do that. Don't worry. I will mute you. Hello,
okay. Hello, good evening. Hi, everyone. And thanks, guys, for letting me have the slots for now. Thank you so very much. Maiyegun, there's no time for long thing anymore. I mean, even the blind and the deaf can see that it's gone. It can't work anymore. I mean, with what happened last Thursday, it's a huge sign for us to know that we can't work together anymore. I mean, nobody on this earth deserves to go in that manner. No. I mean, what could she have said? And she never even said anything insulting to anyone or the prophets. But look at the treatment that they melted on that poor child. Only God knows what our parents will be going through now. I mean, this is so sad. And they even had the audacity to put it on social media.
They did.
What are they telling us? That this thing is coming down to us. We are thinking it's only happening in the north. Maiyegun, this thing is going to come down to time. Because I think a few days ago, they said it happened somewhere in Lekki as well. Over 100 naira. An Okada man killed a guy. A family man. 100 naira. Maiyegun, 100 naira. Got that guy killed. That means it's in the south already. It's here already. Listen, I know this wasn't what we all hoped for. We wish the country could have worked. We wish we could have integrated and be one, which would have been an added advantage to us all. But as you can see, we are not the same people. And there's no need in us forcing each other to be one anymore. And you see all these our politicians that are trying to push us to see be one. I think it is high time we start deleting them themselves. We need to start giving them the kind of training that they gave that poor child. For them to know how it feels like, because they are all parents, but everybody is turning a blind. Nobody is even saying anything. No one, the ones that are coming out, they're trying to be politically correct. I mean, who can justify what happened to that child? Who can?
I mean, no parent will not feel it to their stomach.
This wasn't something that they said, did you hear what happened? We saw it live and direct. She was even running for her life. They couldn't even take pictures. Okay, it's enough. Let's leave her and let her go. Over what? Stop putting stuff on our school WhatsApp. This is meant to be educational something. And she got killed for it, so nobody can say anything. Everybody starting choo. Even some of the imams down south were justifying this evil as well.
Sadly so, ma.
It's so sad, Maiyegun.
You know that there's this clip I actually thought I was going to share with everyone tonight, ma. That clip is from a Yoruba lady. Yeah? And she was talking about the killing. And she was saying it in Yoruba, ma, that nobody should insult our prophet, stuff like that. If you insult our prophet, what will happen is that we'll kill you. I wish I had that. Yeah, I would have shared that with you, but it's already with us in the south. This mentality is also crippling in a little by little. And people like
my Lord
and every other person who is watching who knows that this is so alien, strange to us, should never encourage such, ever.
We shouldn't allow this in South, because we all grew up together in South. We grew up. It was when I got to Europe that I got to know that we were different people in Yoruba land. Both the Christians, the Muslims, the traditionalists, we all lived as one. We have every one of us in every family.
Yes.
It was when I got to started knowing that Yoruba Christian or Yoruba man, I was like, I never grew up with all this. But then now they've shown it to us that we are different. That is quite all right. That's what makes us humans unique, because we will be different human beings. Yes. We can actually be good neighbors, but we should not be forced to be together. We cannot be. It can't be. It can't.
No.
I mean, these people that are even killing somebody over, this guy has been there for God knows how many years now.
Thousands of years ago. I mean,
things have changed. Things that used to happen in those days are not happening anymore. Everything has changed in the whole world. Why can't they just change their mentality, for crying out loud? When it is time for them to attack their politicians, they don't do that. But when it is time for them to fight for a prophet, you see them like vampires. These guys are bloodsuckers, Maiyegun. We are not one. We are not one, and it's not quarreling really. We can actually go peacefully without any wahala. But it seems as if they are ready to lynch anybody. And I think us downside that our ears are wide open now. We should be working with 4 ears, both front and back, and be battle ready.
Yes.
Because we will never ever allow them to overrun us in our own land.
They can't. It won't happen.
This thing happened on Thursday, and another one happened a few days later, over 100 naira. Maiyegun, it is well.
Thank you, ma.
But enough is enough. Yoruba nation, this very year, by the special grace of God Almighty, it is this very year. We are not having it anymore. It's enough. In fact, this now gives us enough evidence that it is time for everybody to go their own separate ways. Let's kiss each other goodbye and go in peace.
Yeah? You know where you are.
That's so just it, Maiyegun. Thank you so very much.
Can you hear me?
And thanks, guys.
Oh, shit. Can you hear me? Can you still hear me, by the way?
Yeah, I can hear you now. I said thank you so very much. And thanks, guys, for allowing me to go first now. Thank you. Good night.
Yes, ma'am. Bye-bye. So where she was so right is that the moment that happened, many people are beginning to say, why are we still together? Like people who are pretty much not, in tune with the idea of let's break up. So people are beginning to say that now, like, this thing doesn't make any sense. No wonder it's not working. This, it is true that incident like this will continue to convince you, even if you don't believe that Nigeria will break. The incident like this will continue to happen, and you will continue to inch towards that side and say, when are you going to say enough? I'm going to go back to the educator freak, sir. Here you go.
Hello, Maiyegun. Can you hear me?
Loud and clear.
All right. Good evening, and good evening, everyone.
Good evening, sir.
Maiyegun, well done as usual. Well done. Keep doing what you know how to do best.
Thanks, sir.
And I would like to say this. It's something I always say. When I watched this video of the lady, it's really painful. What amazed me was people can come out and stone an innocent, harmless girl with no weapons. Now, but Boko Haram or kidnappers, they've been coming to take their mothers, take their child, take their women, and they have not ran after them the way they did to that lady. It's so amazing and annoying. So they have this kind of energy to stone someone, but they can't fight back the Boko Harams or the kidnappers. So they can negotiate with their own kidnappers and they can kill an innocent girl.
You know what they said? You know what they said? They said the reason why they can't fight them is because the Boko Haram is doing exactly what they would do if they have the opportunity of carrying the guns. So before they carry guns, they can stone. That's why they will never fight Boko Haram. In fact, you are not meant to fight Boko Haram if you are a true Muslim. Can you believe that?
By their religion, right?
Yeah. You are not meant to fight them.
In a school setting, I know about Sharia law and all of that. In any legal system, if that girl do not belong to that group of people, like a Muslim, I don't think Sharia law should even kick against her. And even if he's going to kick against her, there should be a process. So if a school can behave like that, I wonder what the illiterate will do on the street. It's so annoying that this kind of things can happen in a school setting where we believe that they should have learned the principles of law and the principles of dealing with issues. And these are the kind of people like Mr. Anthony said, these are the kind of people who will be sitting in Hems of Affair to run the country. It's pathetic. Now, that's not number one for that issue. Number two, we are talking about election. And this election thing is becoming very scary when we merge it up with religion. In my own platform, I always talk about keeping culture. Now, this religion that we are talking about, we don't practice both religion properly in Africa, most especially in Nigeria. Because if we do practice this religion, this true religion in Africa properly, things like this won't happen. Because we have fanatics. I would say we have fanatics.
We do.
Okay? Because these religions are not ours. They were given to us. So we are not even doing it like the people who gave it to us. Either Christians or Muslim. We are not doing it properly. And I always say to people, what happened to our own traditional religion? What happened to it? Because if Chinese have been the one to colonize us in the past, I'm telling you, some people will be fighting and preaching and praising the Chinese gods. But because the people who colonize us brought Christianity on one part and brought Islam on another side, and we are just taking it the wrong way. So where are we bringing in our own traditional? Because some people said, "Oh, our traditional thing is dirty." They call it juju, and everybody just accept it.
It's
But
feels
in Brazil,
evil.
they worship Odudua. They have beautiful temples.
Have you seen that new Netflix Bigger Than Africa, Yoruba? Have you seen it?
I haven't watched it, but I've heard about it.
Please, 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 if you're a Yoruba man who actually want to feel good more about who are you need to go and see that, sir. Honestly speaking. Go on.
Okay. So my own is, they came telling us our juju is this, our thing is juju, is this, and we just believe it. Now, let me use that as an example. Even our food those days, they said our food is it's not well processed, it's not well kept, it's dirty and all of that. But everybody is going organic now. Everyone is going organic. Okay. Now people are now, buying into, before when you eat bitter cola, people said, oh, you're being fetish for eating bitter cola. But until a white person came and gave us a documentary about the nutrients, the power, in bitter cola, everybody started driving into buying or having or eating bitter cola. Until someone will come and tell us that the things they took away from us has power. What happened to our artifacts? If those artifacts has no power, has no value, the Western world will be stealing all our artifacts away from us.
No.
But they come to tell us it's dirty. But they have our bones all over Europe. How many did Germans return the other day? A lot. So until we Africans begin to come back to who we are, African as a whole will not move forward.
No.
Until we Africans come up with our own democratic system. Because the democracy they gave us is not even working for us. We had election here about 2 weeks ago. I was almost doing a video, but because the people who there, I don't want them to be seen in the video.
Yeah,
because they wouldn't have wanted. We had election here, the local one, a few weeks ago. That's the way election goes. Very peaceful. But then in Nigeria, it's like election is like a war.
It is.
Voting is like, it's a do or die thing. I don't understand what is going on in that part of the world. And every now and then you see them flying into Europe, coming here to spend holiday, to study, and they cannot pick how democracy should be. Now we are talking about sitting on the round table, dialogue or referendum. Do you think the referendum is going to take place? No. Referendum is not going to take place in Africa, most especially in Nigeria. Because the Northerners, they don't want to give away power. They don't. They believe the power belongs to them. That's their belief. So even if you say, let's sit and do referendum, they won't allow. And like I said to you the last time, I said, the result of this election is already out. Look at what happened now. After a lot of people have bought the form, they now said, I think I sent you the link. Said, if you have bought the form and you're still sitting in any of these offices, you need to resign. So that's to destroy the unity of the Southerners. How many Northerners do you see coming out? Like the way the people from the East and the people from the South are coming to show themselves out like they want to be president. Even in that party, 23 people already wanting to be president. 23. That's 2.3 billion.
Thank you so much for what we have, we have shared with us tonight. Go on.
Yeah, Maiyegun, quickly before I go, I know I haven't really give you a picture of me. My name is Ayua, but I talk about educator. I'm from Warri. I'm an Ishekiri. I know you. I remember you saying something about, is anybody from that end? I'm an Ishekiri man. So I'm from Delta State. Now the final one, we have Nnamdi talking about the Eastern people. We have you talking about the Yoruba nation.
The West.
What about us? where are we going to be if everything goes apart? So that's a question for you that I want you to answer if I hang off from this.
I will figure that out because, you know, that's something I can actually answer while you are here, sir. Yeah.
Okay.
You know, if all of us understand the concept of referendum, yeah, it is not going to be the North that will give us referendum. Now us will get them ourselves, but we need to want it first. But the referendum that we are talking about is even going to start from all of us in the South, in parts. Anyone wants to participate in that, okay? So when people say, where do we belong to? Are we going to be part of Biafra, or are we going to be part of the Oduduwa nation and all of that? Referendum does that. It gives everybody, all the ethnic nationalities that are currently in the South, referendum gives them the choice to say, can we be part of it? And if we have to be part of it to form a country, what will be our own terms and conditions in that? All of these things are going to be part of the referendum conversation. So in the long run, yeah, when our people in worry, when they participate in the referendum, everybody will choose where they want to belong to. It will be by that choice, something Nigeria is not letting us have. You remember? If to say Nigeria, all the ethnic nationalities right now, to come together and say, okay, now this is Nigeria, this, okay, you, do you want us to continue as a country? And if we have to continue, what are the terms and conditions that serves this, that serves that person? Around that time, the Biafrans may just do their own referendum and say, no, we don't want to be part of that big, larger Nigeria. No, we don't want to. The result of that referendum is what will represent Biafrans there. And around that time, that result will also show who are the Biafrans. You know what I mean? We all know that Biafrans is not just the Igbos. We know that. Yeah?
Yeah.
But there are people who are saying, we are not Biafrans. We are, Referendum gives an opportunity for the people to decide where they want to be and why. Do you get that now? To have a Nigeria, it should have been through referendum. You know what I mean? Starting with the constitution, where the interest of all the ethnic nationalities, is covered in that constitution. So you from Warri, you can quote a part of that constitution that represents you. Me from Ijebu, I can quote a part of the law of that. If we had a referendum that actually indeed brought us together, but we never had that. So to cut it short, sir, when the time comes, when people knows better, and people
finally, Maiyegun, before I leave,
all right,
on this platform, we know election is taking place. Whether we like it or not, the way it's going is going to take place, whether bloody or peaceful or whatever.
However,
on our platform, who is it allowed? Is it allowed by you or by the group or by the house? Who can we then campaign for by your own standard?
Somebody we are going to campaign for. And I'm glad that you asked me. And it's a very straightforward answer, sir. If we have been a regular on the, in the Temple of Truth, we have just one candidate if they hold their election. And that one candidate is called boycott. It's also part of. Do you get that? If a group of people says we need to discuss this union before we go for an election, because we see the process of the election is so rigged that participating in it, like you said, they will do it all. But do you know that boycotting an election is also part of an election? Some said they won't count people who didn't vote. But if the number of people who didn't participate in an election is so magnitude, is so huge, they will count it, my brother, sir. So our candidate in 2023 is boycott. And if you have to campaign,
I like that.
If you have to campaign, if they ask you, you are saying don't vote for Atiku, don't vote PDP, don't vote APC, don't do this and that. Who should we vote for? Boycott for president, boycott for governor, boycott for senator, boycott for assembly, boycott, and that too is part of an election. And that's what